rejection so suddenly because the wrath of God fell upon him like a 2-ton boulder. God's judgment fell on Amnon. He realized he had done something really terrible. But still unwilling to go God's way. He tried to solve his problem by blaming Tamar, by rejecting her and throwing her out. That most certainly didn't solve Amnon's problem because he was his problem, not Tamar. When Amnon felt the judgment of God, all kinds of negative emotions emerged, like guilt and shame and despair and anger and fear. And rather than own up to what he did, he projected it onto the victim, onto Tamar. He got angry with her instead. But who was he really mad at? Himself. God was definitely there that day. There's your next blank, definitely. He was grieving for his precious daughter, weeping with her, saddened that she had been hurt in such a devastating way. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." My heart breaks for her as well, and so does God. He was there. He was with her. She was tossed out into the cold, all alone, suffering unspeakable pain. I just want to scoop her up and wrap her in a blanket and comfort her. Somebody should have done that for Tamar. But apparently, no one did. Let's finally conclude our story, verse 20. The brother Absalom said to her, "Has that Amnon, your brother, been with you? Be quiet for now, my sister, he's your brother. Don't take this thing to heart." And Tamar lived with her in her brother Absalom's house, a desolate woman. When King David heard all this, he was furious. And Absalom never said a word to Amnon, either good or bad. He hated Amnon because he had disgraced his sister Tamar. I wish this was an uncommon element to the story, but unfortunately, it almost always happens this way. It happened to me. When I finally told what my father did, no one in my family supported me or believed me. Everyone defended my father and blamed me. I've heard hundreds and hundreds of stories of abuse over the years, and that's the story I always hear. Insult to injury. I mean, isn't it enough that Tamar's life has been devastated in this way? Now this, her brother Absalom shares with her the most unhelpful advice anybody could give to another person. Be quiet. Don't take this thing to heart. I just want to shake Absalom. Are you kidding me? This girl's been raped. What planet are you from? Every cell in her body has been devastated because of this trauma, and you want her to be quiet? Why? Because you're afraid what people are going to say, what people are going to think? That doesn't help Tamar. Being silent will destroy Tamar. Absalom's no help to her at all, but what about David? Surely he would come and be there to comfort his daughter and help her deal appropriately with Amnon, right? No. David does hear about it. He knows what happened. But he does nothing to help Absalom deal with his rage. He does nothing to bring Amnon to justice. If you were to continue reading in 2 Samuel, I hope you will, go a few more chapters, just for the heck of it this week, you would see that Absalom ends up murdering Amnon. And Absalom dies shortly after that in a battle in an attempt to take the kingdom away from his father, David. Terrible losses in every direction. What did I tell you about David's hiding his sin? Pretty bad consequences. David didn't help Tamar either. No one comes to Tamar's aid as far as I can tell. She is let down by every member of her family. She's truly alone. Psalm 9:12 says, He does not ignore the cries of the afflicted. God is right there with her, but she can't see it. And that's true so often for us. When we are in despair and when we are in the most pain, we think God isn't with us, but He always is, hoping we'll look His way and receive His comfort. And with that, Tamar makes a decision I understand. I understand why she made this. Nevertheless, she makes a decision she didn't have to make. She chooses to remain a desolate woman. Tamar gives up on life at this point. It's like her soul died that day. And it's very sad because it didn't have to be true. Well, I have a lot more to say about the family and the story. I'm not done by any means, so we'll come back next week and we'll finish part 2 of this lesson. So take a moment now and fill out your impact statement for this lesson.